Fraudulent checks totaling over $2.5 million were cashed across 26 countries before his 21st birthday. Frank Abagnale Jr. crafted an unbelievable web of deceit, often acting as an executive, fooling countless individuals and institutions for many years. He started his extraordinary life of crime when he was just 16 years old, beginning a 5-year spree, adopting at least 8 distinct identities to evade capture and facilitate his elaborate scams. His most famous impersonations included a Pan-American World Airways pilot for about 2 years, during which he flew over 250,000 miles on more than 250 free flights, gaining aviation knowledge and traveling globally without cost. He also spent nearly a year as a chief resident pediatrician at a Georgia hospital, despite possessing no medical training, simply by observing and learning on the job for several months. Another audacious role was that of a Louisiana state prosecutor, spending 8 months in the Attorney General's office using a fake Harvard Law School transcript. The scale of his financial fraud was immense, involving thousands of counterfeit checks meticulously crafted and cashed at numerous banks across 4 continents. He managed to exploit the weaknesses in banking systems before the widespread adoption of modern security measures, making it easier for him to pass bad paper. He often posed as an important business executive or an influential professional, building trust and gaining access to financial resources with astonishing ease. His cunning allowed him to withdraw large sums of money, often tens of thousands of dollars at a time, from unsuspecting banks, sometimes even opening legitimate-seeming accounts, only to drain them later. The sheer audacity and confidence he exhibited enabled him to convince bank tellers and managers of his legitimate status, facilitating his criminal enterprise across many different nations for almost half a decade. The authorities across 12 countries were actively searching for him, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation, who eventually mounted a relentless pursuit for several years. His incredible journey of deception finally came to an end when he was 21 years old in France, after a dedicated investigation that had spanned thousands of miles and countless hours of detective work. His story is a testament to an almost unbelievable level of human ingenuity, combined with a complete disregard for legal boundaries, all before he reached legal adulthood in many places. He faced 30 years in prison for his 5-year fraud spree. Frank Abagnale Jr., a master of deception whose incredible journey of fraud ended at 21 years old in France, was then extradited to Sweden. He was convicted there and served 6 months in a Swedish prison, an experience he described as exceptionally harsh and very solitary. Following his time in Sweden, he was subsequently extradited to the United States, where he was again convicted for his many crimes. A federal judge sentenced him to 12 years in a federal penitentiary, a significant period for his extensive 5 years of persistent lawbreaking. During his incarceration, he attempted 2 successful escapes, one involving an elaborate ruse with a prison laundry truck, and another using a cleverly forged FBI badge and business card, allowing him to walk out of prison for a few days. He was recaptured each time after only a few days of freedom, demonstrating the relentless pursuit by law enforcement. After diligently serving 5 years of his substantial 12-year sentence, the United States government made him an unprecedented offer. The Federal Bureau of Investigation proposed his early release on parole if he agreed to work for them without pay, assisting the federal authorities in complex cases of fraud and embezzlement. This extraordinary arrangement began when he was just 26 years old, transforming him from one of the most notorious con artists into a valuable asset for federal law enforcement. For over 40 years, he shared his unique insights and methodologies with countless agents and banking professionals. He lectured extensively at the FBI Academy, teaching thousands of new recruits how to detect and prevent complex financial crimes. His expertise was sought by hundreds of major banks, airlines, and large corporations around the entire globe, leading to the prevention of hundreds of millions of dollars in potential financial fraud. He later established Abagnale and Associates, his own security consulting firm, which has since provided invaluable advice to more than 14,000 institutions worldwide, including nearly half of the Fortune 500 leading companies. His work profoundly impacted banking security and fraud prevention protocols across 4 major continents. This astonishing turnaround from a criminal mastermind to a trusted advisor is a testament to his intelligence and adaptability. His life story has been widely publicized, inspiring the best-selling book Catch Me If You Can, which sold millions of copies and was later adapted into a major motion picture released in 2002, further cementing his great legacy. He continues his work today at over 70 years of age, helping protect individuals and institutions from the very schemes he once pioneered. His career as a consultant has far outlasted his brief but impactful criminal period by several decades of continuous effort. $50 million vanished from accounts worldwide. Frank Abagnale Jr. became a master of such financial deception, creating an intricate web of fraud for 5 years before turning 21. His infamous career included masquerading as an airline pilot, flying over 250,000 miles for free across 250 flights and 26 countries, staying in luxury hotels, dining at the best restaurants, all on the airline's tab. This executive impersonator once convinced officials he was a doctor in a Georgia hospital for 11 months, overseeing medical interns and even performed duties in an emergency room. A startling revelation, his profound ability to adapt and deceive. He also posed as a lawyer, passing the Louisiana bar exam on his 3rd attempt, a testament to his intelligence, if not his ethics. His most elaborate schemes involved navigating complex financial markets, where he forged countless checks totaling millions of dollars. He crafted nearly 17,000 bad checks, many drawn on unsuspecting banks and businesses worldwide, from New York to Paris to Tokyo. These fraudulent instruments often appeared so authentic they passed through multiple clearinghouses before detection. A true house of cards built on paper and lies. He perfected the art of kiting checks, moving funds between various bank accounts to create an illusion of greater balances than actually existed, a tactic that allowed him to siphon off hundreds of thousands of dollars before banks realized the deception. His sophisticated methods exploited every loophole he discovered in the international banking system, a system he protects today. Before his 26th birthday, he had impersonated over 8 distinct professions, accumulating funds from his illicit activities at over $1,000 a day for 5 years, a substantial sum in the 1960s. This astounding period of criminal activity came to an end in France when he was just 21 years old, leading to his extradition to Sweden, then to the United States. After serving 5 years of a 12-year federal sentence, he turned his unparalleled insights against fraud. For more than 4 decades, he has worked for the Federal Bureau of Investigation, teaching thousands of agents in 50 states how to combat financial crime. He created an extensive curriculum covering nearly 100 fraud prevention techniques. His security consulting firm, Abagnale and Associates, has advised over 14,000 institutions globally, impacting banking security protocols across 4 continents. His insights have prevented hundreds of millions of dollars in potential fraud, saving businesses immense sums. He now continues this vital work, protecting countless individuals and corporations from the very schemes he once masterminded.